Hello everybody, this is Angel here coming at you with another video. Today what I wanted to talk about is using shapes in order to create shading or to fill spaces. Now what I like to do a lot of times is you could actually use shapes. I see a lot of videos of people that do the mandala drawings and those types of things, and they're beautiful things to look at, and how you can use shapes in order to create both depth and different types of shading. So what I like to do in some of my drawings is basic types of shapes that fill in drawings. For example, I like to do this one that it's kind of like a loop like this. And the type of shading that it creates while going over a line. So it's kind of a repetitive arch type thing that I use over and over. Whereas you could also use something along the lines of, if you did something like a bigger arch, with something inside, and the different types of, components that it adds to the drawing. I use this a lot as well in order to fill space. So if you do it regularly over and over, you could see that it definitely adds something different to the overall drawing. So if I go all the way through this, you'll see what's going to start happening. And in a previous video, I had talked about building that muscle memory. And I by no means am I an expert, but the more consistent that you could actually do it, the better that you're going to be. And the more you practice, the more confident you're going to have while completing these drawings. One of the things that I saw in a video earlier today is the person who was creating this video, the first thing that they do is that they add a bunch of, shading to a piece of paper to begin with. And what I really liked about that was the fact that one of the greatest things that we deal with is that beginning a drawing. Like, we're afraid to do the first line on the paper. And it's something that could cause like some stress. And if you kind of just start, it relieves that tension of just beginning a drawing. The person was drawing kind of like with the graphite. So what they would do was smear a bunch of graphite on the paper just to get rid of that initial stress of just beginning the drawing. So far I have like these little loops. I have these bigger loops, they have the loops in the middle. I have circles all the way through. We could do kind of like a hatch all the way through. And as you notice, I'm using the same pen over and over. I'm not doing any type of pen changes. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit distracted here. I've never had to really talk and draw at the same time, but as you could see, I have used the same pen all the way through, and the different textures that it adds all the way. So if I add this hatch, this diagonal type hatch all the way through, it adds a different component. You could use these for different types of, filling in different types of space, One of the ones that you could do as well is kind of like a zig, or like I don't know what you would call this right here, like a wavy line. You could double up on these lines to make it darker. And, you don't need to have a bunch of different pens. Each one will provide its own elements to your drawing. So practice some of these every day and be consistent. One way that you can do it is that you can just pick one a week and practice it 10 minutes a day. After a week, you'll start building that muscle memory, that practice, and you'll be more confident, you'll be faster, you'll be more accurate, and your overall drawings will be a lot better. So you can see the differences and how you may be able to use these in your drawings in order to fill this. So try to use these in your drawings. Comment on my videos and see if they helped you out in any way. And if you'd like to see something else, let me know as well. Thank you so much.